There's a lot of gnats out here. I just make sure they don't get in my lipstick. I've been thinking about
we're starting.
Getting a bidet.
Got it. Sorry, I wasn't sure what we were doing. I thought we were...
Yeah, like right now.
Yeah, I figured that out because you went through... I saw the whole... You doing the acting thing of you going and scene starting.
I do that every morning. I wake up. It's the first thing I do when I get up is I put my lipstick on. I'm like...
No, you don't.
I do.
That's not a thing
you live with me, you know.
Yeah, I do. I do live with you, and I know that is not what you do. Because I wake up, and this is what you do. You say... And then I get Petey, and he's just all like... I'm gonna carry him, and he's like... And I just like come up the stairs, and he's like... and then I drop him off on the bed, and he just... And then it's like, as if he doesn't know where he is. Like, he's like... I'm like, who is that? And then he just acts so surprised, like, who is on the bed? I don't know who that is.
It's Mommy.
And yeah, exactly. And then he just is like...
Listen.
So, in conclusion, that's like 5 minutes of the morning where lipstick does not exist.
Listen. I've been thinking about something. I think it's going to help not only like our relationship, but it's going to help financially. It's going to help physically. And it's going to help digestionally. Is that a word? Digestively. I think that we should invest in a bidet for our house.
We can't afford regular septic in our house.
But wait. Hear me out. They have these
listening.
They have these new bidets that you can hook up to your... they're like $70. It's like Tushy and stuff like that. You could hook it up to your line, like your water line. You put it in your toilet. It cleans your butthole. We don't have to worry about buying toilet paper anymore. We already have a hard time with toilet paper. We have like an RV septic with our tiny house. So it would like wash your butthole. If Petey runs out of water, we could just let him drink out of the bidet. He's big enough now. He's a man now. He can do that. And I think that there's also another setting in the bidet which washes the lady parts. I feel like I wouldn't get anything done with that, but I think that we should make this investment. Merry Christmas, I already bought one for you.
Welcome to the finale of Lifestyles After Dark. We made it.
We did it!
We made it to a whole season.
I know. I can't believe it. How do you feel?
I feel good. I wanted to dress for the occasion today.
You look fantastic.
Thank you very much.
The bow tie.
Thank you. Yes, not a very common thing that people see. But I was excited because I knew that talking with the network, they were like, hey, we're on your last episode. And, usually that's a good sign when they say, hey, like, congratulations. And,
right.
The fact that they have still allowed us to keep doing it 5 episodes and we were getting to 6. And they was like, yeah, go for it. Now, the thing, though, was that the network was like, so listen, for your last episode, you could, we might be able to give you a little bit more money for the finale. You can kind of spend it on some stuff. Or if you have a second season, we can start using that money to distribute for the second season.
What did we do?
Well, I was like, oh, so you're telling me that there's a very high chance there's gonna be a second season, and then they were very adamantly right off the bat like, you might just want to use the money now. So
Oh.
we don't. So here's what's happening.
Okay.
We don't know throughout this show, as we're filming this right now. The network told us they don't have any numbers or any real data to know whether or not we will get commissioned for a second season.
Okay.
Which is not a bad thing. It just means we're in limbo.
We stay optimistic.
But because they know that they're like, oh crap, we forgot about this random show that takes place outside.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, maybe we should have an idea. And so they said probably by the end of filming tonight, we most likely will have an answer of whether or not we're picked up for another season.
Okay.
But they gave us the money for now. Benji's gonna get some information throughout the show, a little bit about like if we know if we're on the yay or the nay, and hopefully we can give people kind of that that live
yay
feedback interaction about like, hey, we want to let you know, are we on the low or the high, and then maybe we might have a fundraiser or something. But we did use the money. We did invest in a house band for the night.
We have a house band tonight?
Yep. Let's give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the only well-known silent vocal trio, Alert Children at Play. Give it up for Alert Children at Play. That's right. They're their new
okay.
Their album Caution is coming out. I don't know when, but I'm imagining sometime soon.
Well, I'm a fan.
Yes.
I love anybody who keeps their mouth shut. So, it's
But
very different.
Speaking of people keeping their mouths shut,
Yes.
Mouths shut. We did, obviously we don't have an audience for the show, and they're like, maybe we get some interaction, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh, so we did get our virtual audience actually, a virtual audience to take a look actually out there.
Oh my God! Hi everybody. Hello.
Yeah, there it is.
We got blue people
it's
and
a very across the board diversity.
oh, we even have the youth demographic.
The youth demographic. So that's looks like we have 5 million. We have 5.45 million people watching right now.
5.4 million.
4.5, so close to like 5.5 million.
Those are numbers.
Those are numbers, yeah.
Those are numbers.
And we know that the youth demographic
and I'm
is
counting on all of them.
That's right. Yep.
Yes. Well, we thank you all
Mm-hmm.
for tuning in and watching. And I have to say that this has been one of the more uplifting moments of COVID for me.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that we have been able to sustain this, and I'm very grateful for the people who have been involved and the people who keep coming out to support. And really I want to thank Benji Colin, our producer, for continuing to put up with our BS every week.
Oh yeah.
We really don't script anything, and we just kind of like
yes, and a lot of people have noticed that as time's gone on. My father, who probably will watch this show until he notices that it might be close to an hour long, he always has some,
Hey, yo, Fred.
Yeah, exactly.
I got some feedback for you. What are you guys doing here? You look nice with your bow tie. My lord. What are you doing?
It reminds me of childhood. How you just it's like you were there.
Hey, yo, Fred. You do look really nice.
Thank you.
I think that I'm gonna have to change.
Well,
we're in the middle of almost winter, and I put a jacket on because I'm cold. But I think that I'm gonna have to change for the next little bit of interviews, so that way I can kind of keep up with your dapperness.
Well, I mean, it's whatever floats your boat, I guess. But you were talking about winter, and it rattled my mind a little bit, because obviously with winter, snow days, and then we have snow days, and then we have people like doing all the forecasts and stuff like that. And that's when we start watching the Weather Channel a lot more. And as you know, we usually have a weather dog named Peepy.
Peeper.
But unfortunately, just a couple days ago, Petey received news that his salary negotiation for the show was not.
He found
approved.
out,
And he actually found me in our back in the bathroom office, the office bathroom.
Yeah.
And he was, and mind you, I don't make the contract negotiations. That's not my calling. But he felt that I had something to do with him not getting his salary raise.
Oh, so he's not happy.
No, we actually have a clip of him yelling at me when I was in the bathroom when he found out about his contract.
Oh no, can we cut to that?
Yeah, can we take a look at that?
Trying to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, he's just really upset.
Oh my god.
He was angry.
Let me go to the
And that's the thing. I've never seen him that upset before.
I think he's overreacting a little bit.
Well,
What does he spend his money on? Pig ears, more toys that he's just gonna destroy.
Yeah.
Lord knows he doesn't pay rent.
No, he doesn't. But his cubicle was cleaned out.
So he's done?
Yeah, he's out.
We have to get him back.
Well,
we need our viewers to definitely petition for Petey to come back as our weather dog. How else are we going to know what the weather is?
I don't go outside. That's all I can say. We're losing, and especially if we don't get picked up for second season, how are we even going to be able to get weather?
Petey got really good at judging the weather. I mean, every time he would lift his leg and pee, he would judge by the wind of where the urine went.
Was that like a Bill Cosby reference of like when he used to say...
When you lift the leg, you get the urine, the wind and the circumference.
Well...
And that's how he did it.
Well, that's a great way to segue into... Who do we have on the show tonight, Cynthia?
We have Elizabeth King.
Yes, also known as...
E. King.
Yeah.
I've always called her Elizabeth, but E. King, who's a spoken word artist, she's amazing, and I actually met her when you two went on the road together.
Yeah.
And she's just mind-blowing, and not only an amazing artist, but just a really great friend. And Bailey Yeakle. And I'm really excited because me and him were on the same episode of Any Road with Brick Briscoe together. And we actually met him for the first time because he was our waiter at Wasabi.
Yes.
And he asked me if I was on Any Road. I was like, yeah, I actually was. So it's pretty incredible.
Yep.
So I'm very excited.
And then last but not least, but I think we'll probably, show him a little bit earlier in the show because I'm really excited to get to his interview right off the bat. And he's backstage right now. PJ Starks, filmmaker from Owensboro.
He was just featured in Fangoria magazine.
Yes, he was. He has a new movie coming out, 13 Slays Till Christmas. Great movie coming out in January, so I'm really excited. And throughout this episode, we'll be finding out if we're going to be on for a second season. So please stick around because you'll find out all the live updates.
Fingers crossed.
We'll be right back. We hope.
More lifestyles after this.
Our first guest on the finale show is a very talented filmmaker. I'm really excited that he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, formerly known as PJ O'Rourke, PJ Starks, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
So you have this new film coming out.
Right.
Which we're going to talk about a little bit. It's 13 Slays Till Christmas.
Correct.
But we were kind of talking, we were here for a while. You were here for a good hour. We talked to you about how we feel intimidated because we are not worthy to be in your presence. We are wondering about all of our wonderful lights and everything like that.
Right.
And going,
You're good. I'm nobody.
Well, no, you were definitely somebody because I knew the name once you friended me. But
my wife continuously tells me I'm nobody, so she
keeps you humble.
Keeps me grounded, yeah.
Well, I have a lot of friends that try to do the same thing. I tell them that they're wrong, but it is what it is.
It doesn't work.
But you grew up in Owensboro, and I'm a transplant here, but you're a big Kevin Smith fan.
Yes.
I wanted to know, you have kind of seen your filmography, Volumes of Blood, and you had a lot of the horror movies, and I never got into horror movies. Was there a certain type of pinnacle movie for you that got you just into filmmaking in general, and what got you into just being, I want to do this type of genre?
I would say the film that probably got me interested in the paranormal in general was Ghostbusters.
Okay.
So that was
Original Ghostbusters.
right,
mind
the
you,
original
right?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Yes, the original.
I'm gonna say,
Ghostbusters.
like, you didn't become a filmmaker just 2 years ago. Let's
No,
be clear
no.
about that.
I'm a big Chris Hemsworth fan.
Oh yeah.
But no, that movie has its merits. I'll be honest.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people hate on it. It's all right, but it's not the original.
Oh, no.
But anyway, so that was kind of the seminal film for me that really said, "Hey, you're into this." That got me into and of course I didn't pick up on all the comedy and everything because it's so well done in the film, and I was like 5 years old.
Right.
And then after that, I started just consuming what would be real horror films moving forward, like Return of the Living Dead was one I watched a lot of, the original Halloween, Night of the Creeps, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's really where my love for the genre came from. And a lot of that is, and I've said this also before in a lot of interviews, but a lot of the thanks to that's my grandmother.
Okay.
Her name's Almeda, we call her Gigi, but she looked like your Norman Rockwell apple pie kind of grandmother.
Okay.
But she had this like fascination with horror and sci-fi. So her and I would stay up on Friday and Saturday nights just watching, Tales from the Crypt and Tales from the Dark Side and Ray Bradbury Theater and Alfred Hitchcock Presents and stuff like that. So she really instilled in me a love for horror films. So by the time I got around to realizing I wanted to be a storyteller, that's the genre that I gravitated to most. I'm a big fan of comedy as well.
Okay. I can tell based off of just your demeanor and how we spoke kind of off camera before, is that you're a relatively comedy fan.
With Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of dick and fart jokes, if I can say that. But
we're on internet, so it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of all of that, and it's funny because we had the premiere here recently for 13 Slays till Christmas, and this was the first film that I've done that my wife wasn't able to really participate in, with everything going on with pandemic and all that.
Right.
So anyway, it was the first time she had gotten to see it. So
Oh,
of course,
okay.
all the segments that I wrote 3 of them. At some point, there's some kind of phallic reference.
Okay.
And she actually leaned over at one point. She goes, "You wrote this one, didn't you?"
She knows
I
your
was like,
work.
yeah. She was like, "The dialogue's terrible." But so leave it up to her to just tear me down at the premiere of my own movie.
Oh
but,
gosh. But you did it Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Correct. And I remember we were trying to get you actually booked for the Friday the 13th.
Right.
And you were
and
like,
I was
but I was like, no, that's perfectly fine because this is exactly what you need to do. This is a perfect marketing ploy. This was your idea, even better.
Yeah, it's one of those gimmicks that it's kind of hard to pass up. It's
Right.
cliche considering you're showing a horror film on Friday the 13th.
But it's a horror film about Christmas, though.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
It's kind of this in between. Imagine if you did it on Thanksgiving or Black Friday. That would have been an interesting move as well.
That's true.
But Friday the 13th, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't beat that.
No, especially not this year. You can't. Every day is Friday the 13th in 2020. So yeah.
Well, I was like reading a little bit. You went to college, did the whole video production stuff.
Right.
Was there? I was trying to kind of see a little bit about this. Like, I got started in film. Before I got into what my respective careers are now, is like as production assistant. And obviously, we talked a little bit about production assistants before. Was that like something you found a way to enter into? Like, how did you end up like entering into the world of film? I know you mentioned, you've done it by yourself. You kind of learned by yourself. Kind of got some of that teaching, a little bit of that learning from college. Were you kind of this, similarly like doing like the Super 8 camera type stuff and kind of making those films on yourself? Was that always something you were doing, or was it more like you were directly going into professionalism right off the bat?
I definitely didn't go into the professionalism right off the bat.
Okay.
I'm still working on my professionalism. But I started with VHS.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Okay.
So the first feature that I did, I shot on SVHS. So for me, that was big time.
I'm actually not
Super VHS.
Super VHS.
Yeah, it's just VHS, but the quality is a little bit better.
Okay.
It's
I
almost.
was like, I never knew what that was.
It's almost.
I'm looking at the crew wondering, like, I'm like, do you all know what that is? I don't even know. None of that. Wait, you know what it is? Okay. He knows. He
now,
knows. Benji knows what's happening.
and I started on reel to reel.
What?
Yeah, so now I mean I was born in '82, so I'm
Right.
I'm pushing 40, but I'm not that old
No,
yet.
no.
But yeah, but I started on non-linear, linear,
Okay.
deck to deck. So that's how. Yeah.
But that must be. You're going reel to
But
reel. Oh my god.
Yes, but I didn't start like in a production assistant type, because I kind of went full blown into it, wanting to. Originally, I just wanted to be a writer.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to be a director. Then it was like writer director.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I kind of got away from that altogether. Well, not entirely, but I mainly produce now.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I ended up transitioning to. But when I started making films and stuff, it was. But I was. When you do everything and you're self-taught,
Yeah.
you are a production assistant.
Right.
And even now when I do independent film, if I'm on set, I mean, yeah, I'm producer.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody needs me to step in and like run slate or move a light, I don't consider anything beneath me. So I'll do all that stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt my ego to have to stand there and make sure that the boom pole isn't falling.
Right.
So I'll do that stuff. I know I've met some people that, they'll say, no, you're this and that's what you do.
Well, they give you that. Yeah, they give you that placement, and they're like, no,
Right.
you only do this,
Right.
and that is all I am asking you to do. You do
Right.
not go to craft services. How
Yeah.
dare you?
And I think within reason, if you have a specific job, stay as much as you can in that respective area.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you got to step away for a minute to do something else, I mean, even if it's something as, just to give you an example, I went to Pennsylvania a few months back.
Okay.
I'm executive producing this anthology called Cryptids,
Yes.
and Joe Bob Briggs is in the film, and so I was there on set hanging out. Now I'm on set as a producer,
Yeah.
right? But he wanted a cup of coffee, so I was like, I'll do it, and I went and got him a coffee, because I mean, how many people can say I got Joe Bob Briggs
Right.
a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
So I went and did it. I mean, I didn't care; it wasn't that big a deal. And of course, I had to ask him, like, do you want sugar, or do you want
Yeah.
cream, milk, and I'm pretty sure he wanted it like straight black, which I can't understand. I don't understand how people can do that.
I got my coffee over there. It's somewhere, but that's just black. It's
Really?
black. Yeah,
I
I can't. You know what it is? When I was growing up, the cream really got to me, and eventually I got out of dairy altogether.
Right.
So that's what happened. So
It smells so good, but it doesn't taste as good as
You're right.
it's like gasoline.
Yeah, because gasoline has this whole vibe
Right.
of like you go into a garage and you could be there for
Yeah.
hours. Like a whole I growing up with ATVs and dirt bikes, I literally would be in my
Right.
garage for like a good 20-25 minutes when I would be done riding my quad, and then it just straight up.
Smelling all the
Yeah.
Now I've never drank gasoline,
No. Well, we thank you.
but it smells.
We thank you.
Delicious.
It does smell delicious, but you know that it's probably terrible for
Right.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it's like antifreeze with dogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I think it tastes sweet to them, though, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. We have a dog that we can ask.
Right.
I don't think we have one. I don't know.
This is going off the rails.
No, this is fine. I don't. Vodka? No, it's not. No. You know, and you know what I like about what you're saying, because I felt the same way when I used to work in production, and I used to do internship, which was like I would obviously be the intern, I'd be the production assistant, and on my first film set that I ever worked on as production assistant, I was very quickly able to work as a script supervisor.
Right. Oh, that's cool.
And it was because of the fact that I knew that they knew I was capable of doing that job. The only reason I was a production assistant is honestly I just needed one credit to graduate with an extra,
Right.
just to get my film my broadcasting degree. That's all I had to do. I already had enough things; they wouldn't count it and all that crap. But no, like it's a team effort. Like you're going on
Absolutely.
the team about that, and so like it's the same thing. Like I feel like with any job I've ever had, I'm not gonna ask somebody to do something that I know I wouldn't do myself.
Right.
I think it's an admirable thing, and I think there's a lot of, you hear these stories about directors and how they've been kind of like at the whip, and like there's people like no, they don't
Yeah.
work with them. And have you ever like, not necessarily to say any names, but like have you had that experience where you've kind of seen that, hey, I'm noticing that for them they're not making this a team effort, and that's kind of make me go, hey, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to kind of make sure that I can be a complete team player, but actually practice what I'm preaching.
Yes. I've been on sets before where, directors stay in their lane. They expect everyone else to stay in theirs. They don't want feedback. It's their project. It's their baby. It's theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't want necessarily anybody's opinion or input. And I get that.
Yeah.
You know, I get you wanting something to be yours.
Yes.
And I know that there's a lot of really successful directors out there that's how they work too. But for me, the one thing that I've learned along the way doing what I do, and I think a lot of the reasons I do anthologies now is because it allows me this opportunity, and I love collaboration. I love working with other artists. I love input. I love feedback. I love that back and forth.
Yeah.
As a producer, like, it's my job to solve problems, but the great thing about people that are creative is you're consistently solving problems. And so when you're on set, the way I look at it is if everybody has some sort of input, they're going to have a better time, and they're going to want to do it again. They're going to want to work with you again, especially if they have a good time, and they're going to want to come back.
Yeah.
So the way I run my sets is there needs to be someone in charge making the final decision. Mm-hmm. But there's no reason why, just because you're running a boom pole, or it's your job to make sure that, dogs don't steal the boxes of pizza that we just bought, or whatever it is, that there's no reason why, if you come up with an idea, that you shouldn't be heard, is how I look at it. Now, as long as the idea works within the confines of what we're doing, and there's time to do it, then absolutely we'll give it a shot. Because the great thing I've found is that, everybody on set's a creative entity to some degree. So if they come up with an idea that's better than yours, you would be stupid not to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's, at the end of the day, it's about having a better film.
Better experience, too, though. Yeah.
Right. So if their idea is better, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Now,
just because their placement or their job is not considerably a higher, superior job, it doesn't mean that their idea, their perspective does not matter.
Right. Because at the end of the day, once again, that's an ego thing.
Yep.
No matter how you want to play it, it's an ego thing. Even if, because you don't want it. Now, once again, I'm not going to fault anyone for wanting to make something completely and wholly theirs. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think, to me also, whether you're making a Christian film or a horror film or a sci-fi or a Western or whatever it is you're making, is if everybody's having a good time on set, then it's just going to be better all around. I think a lot of that shows on screen too. If people are miserable, that shows on screen.
Oh.
So in my experience, it's better to kind of it's usually an all hands on deck. So to me, it's also an all ideas on deck. Now, whether or not they make it on screen is a whole other thing. But at the end of the day, I want everybody to walk away saying, to some degree, this was also my baby as well. I had some input, and in some small way, I was able to make it mine. That's how I work anyway. I know everybody's not the same.
No, but I think what you bring to the table, I think, is what I think a lot of people hope when they go into this field, when they go into the film industry. I think a lot of people sometimes get their dreams are kind of shattered when they they meet their heroes, or they find out really what happens behind the scenes. I know that's how it was for me. So I appreciate that you're doing.
No, I'm also not successful, so that could be why. Maybe
Success,
I should stomp on.
I think that's subjective. I think to me,
I should stop taking ideas from production assistants, and maybe I'll be the next David Fincher.
David Lynch, but that's fine
David
too.
Lynch
David Lynch.
Well, I've heard David Fincher's notoriously hard to work with.
Right, but David Lynch is just a difficult person to understand anyway too.
That's true. Yeah. Did you see that Netflix video with him and the monkey?
No. Can we air that? Can we air that in this place now?
It's him interrogating a monkey for 15 minutes about a murder of his chicken wife. Have you?
The fuck? We didn't.
It is really. Here's the thing.
How long is this thing?
It's like 15. It's a 15-minute short film. It's on Netflix, or was on Netflix.
I just want to know, we did run out of time, but I don't give a fuck right now. We're keeping going. So 15 minutes. David Lynch. He's With a monkey.
With a monkey.
Okay.
Now the monkey speaks English.
Okay.
So it's a real monkey with the.
Is it someone dubbing the monkeys?
I think it's David Lynch.
It's David Lynch interviewing David Lynch
right,
as a monkey.
And someone had murdered his chicken wife.
Monkey was married to a chicken, not David Lynch's.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, David Lynch is playing a detective, and his acting is atrocious.
Right.
The monkey is actually a better actor than David Lynch.
Well, that's normal for a lot of those types of chimps, yeah.
It's the most bizarre thing I've ever seen, which says a lot considering it's David Lynch.
Yeah, I was gonna say
he makes weird movies already, but it was one of those. The best way I could describe it was, I wasn't necessarily enjoying what I was saying, but it was almost like a train wreck.
Okay.
Where you don't necessarily want to keep watching, but you can't turn away.
All right.
Like so many times I wanted to shut it off, but I didn't because I was just like, where the hell is this going?
Yeah.
What is this? I don't want to ruin it for you.
No, you're not.
I don't think I could.
I don't think you could.
But,
I think you hit all the marks that I need to know going into it.
Do you have Netflix?
I don't have it. I steal it from other people.
Okay.
Because I work as a teacher, so I don't have a high enough salary. So unfortunately, I can't. I can't.
This part will get cut out, right?
No, we can. I don't care, people.
Right.
It's the finale.
You're like the Robin Hood of teachers. Only you don't give Netflix to anyone else. You just keep it for yourself. That was really a bad analogy.
I know,
where,
but it was...
where I was going with that. But anyway. That's vodka.
No, it's not. It does taste. It does taste. I'm not gonna lie. It tastes like she. You know, we have the person. I see. There's dust in here. Look, there's actual dust in there. There's like dust.
Yeah.
There's an actual.
So there's cocaine in it.
Oh God. Okay. Before we do have to cut, obviously, to get to to introduce the trailer. But before we do that, I do want to ask with that movie, better or worse than The Room?
Truthfully, I've never seen The Room.
Oh, well.
Everyone's told me that I need to see The Room. For someone who makes movies and loves movies, I consider myself a cinephile.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a ton of movies that... And I also find a lot of... And this is really going to get some flack because it normally does.
Do it.
There's I find a lot of classic film to be really highly overrated.
Oh, no!
Like Deer Hunter.
Yes! Yes!
Apocalypse Now.
Oh!
I'm not saying they're not good
No,
films
you're just saying that you feel like they get too much high praise than what they really are.
If someone sat, Deer Hunter down and then Prince of Darkness, the John Carpenter movie, I would watch Prince of Darkness before I watch.
We have an agreement on the crew as well.
So,
all right. Well, that definitely didn't go over time at all, and I don't give a fuck. So, when we come back, we're going to take a look at the trailer for 13 Slays Till Christmas. PJ Starks is here. We'll be right back. Lifestyles After Dark. And we are back with PJ Starks. The release 13 Slays Till Christmas coming out in January now, right? Right.
Yeah, thanks to our friend COVID.
Yes. COVID is sponsoring actually this entire show, which is why we do an outdoor show in the middle of November.
Awesome.
So if you see at the bottom, you can feel free to message COVID on Instagram or whatever.
I think
is AIM still around?
I think COVID's on Parler now.
Is it?
So you can get with COVID on Parler.
So we're gonna watch the trailer for the movie, and Benji and I just watched it before, and we thought, the cinematography is just fantastic. Tell us a little bit about, to some of them that are about to watch this clip, what are we gonna see here?
What's the trailer? So essentially, the film is a group of individuals who have been brought to a bar on Christmas Eve. Mysteriously, they don't really know why they're there. So to pass the time, they decide to start to resurrect the old tradition of telling scary stories on Christmas Eve.
Okay.
And so that's what they do. They each take turns telling 2 stories, and as things progress throughout the night, they may or may not be harboring some kind of a dark secret. And of course, the movie is an anthology, so there's everything from killer reindeer to bloodthirsty Christmas garland to clowns and monsters and slashers, and there's pretty much something for everyone in this movie. We really kind of run the gamut of the horror gamut.
Well, it sounds just like my childhood, so that's great.
Perfect.
It might be a home movie, actually, at this point. Benji, let's take a look at this. This is 13 Sleighs Till Christmas, coming out January. Take a look.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Before Satan Claus breezed in here, you were making some kind of a point?
I was just saying that Christmas is a shame.
Oh, Christ, not this again.
This time of year when I was very young, my great-grandmother would sit us all around a roaring fire and scare the pants off us with creepy stories.
Scary stories on Christmas Eve? What makes you think those are going to make a comeback?
Trust me, I know a thing or two about resurrection.
I love that idea. I say we each take turns telling 2 stories. Whoever tells the worst one picks up the tab.
Good idea. I suggest we dig up some old ghosts.
Want to thank again my guest, PJ Starks, 13 Sleighs Till Christmas. I know you have a long drive all the way to Owensboro.
Like 38 minutes.
38
It's not
minutes.
that bad.
Yeah. So anything you want to say to the guests before this is the finale episode? We are trying really hard to stay on the air for a second season. So is there anything that you think might sell the network on keeping us?
Honestly, I think you guys are doing. Pretty good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, you clean up well.
Thank you very
You
much.
look great.
Yeah.
I love the bow tie.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see that.
No, not very often.
No.
I had to change it up a little bit. But no, what about anything that's going to cause controversy? You say something controversial, so that way we might get some press. So if you say,
Do you want me to say something
you can say,
controversial?
yeah, you can say it right to the camera. That won't. Okay, I'll say controversial enough that you don't get in trouble as your own profession, but it just makes us as Lifestyles After Dark, like, oh my god, I can't believe they aired that.
I feel like I've already said that.
Yeah.
Are you wanting me to say something specific?
No.
Okay.
No. Do you just want to sit here in silence?
We can do that.
Okay.
Sometimes silence says it all.
Yeah. Okay. Well, awkward pausing. Okay. PJ Starks, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much for having me. It was fun.
We'll be right back with Lifestyles After Dark. All right, folks. So, we just got word from Benji that he did find out that the network found a review of our show.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so a review of the show
Oh, all
was
right.
found. Well, I don't know necessarily if it's necessarily bad for the show, but I'm not personally too happy with it.
What?
Not even gonna paraphrase. I'm gonna read it off my phone. Benji just sent it to me. This is on the website nlcarterwrites.com.
Oh,
So
cool. Okay, first ever review,
Nicholas
everybody.
Lawrence. No, don't get excited.
Okay.
So Nicholas Lawrence Carter, no relation to Backstreet Boys' Nick Carter. That's
Noted.
just a given. Just right off the bat, I've only skimmed through it, and I'm already I'm not really happy about it.
I'm open-minded.
So here's the title: Murray shines. Bourne's tired Farley-esque antics should stay in the dark. Okay, let's move forward. The half-hour YouTube series out of Southern Indiana features a wonderful glimpse into musician-turned-host Cynthia Murray's charm, a talented foray of guests, and a dim-witted, out-of-breath performance by overweight Napoleon Dynamite impersonator. Oh, should I go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
So far, so good.
All right. Well, here's where we go. In September, out-of-work musicians Freddie Bourne and Cynthia Murray decided to take their stab at trying to bring joy while risking their friends to join them.
Wait, I didn't like that one. Okay.
The
so keep
result, the half-hour open-air entertainment talk show that feels more claustrophobic due to Bourne's profuse sweating and misfortunes stumbling over words during his interviews. That's not funny!
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's not funny!
It's
Then
not.
Do you find this funny? Do you find... While some viewers may feel that Bourne's style is a tribute to a Chris Farley Saturday Night Live bit, the sad thing is that Bourne is actually trying but ends up tumbling down the hill, passes the van down by the river, and drowns. Why are you laughing at this? This is not funny.
It's not true. Yeah, you're right.
But
It's not funny.
it's not.
It's not. It's bad.
Like, literally, all this thing.
It's so
And then it says,
bad.
attempts
How
are
did
made
they
to be
do this?
saved. This is after the drowning part. Attempts are made to be saved, but Bourne continues to flounder with only his little dicky hairstyle staying above the surface.
It's so
And
bad.
My favorite, here's what I love at the very, very end of this,
Okay,
right? Okay?
yes.
They highlight you.
Oh, what did they say?
Oh. Well, how about you read it? Can you read?
You read it.
What?
You read it.
No.
You sound better than I do.
I'm not even going to bother anymore. You can just
Oh,
read
I
it.
want to hear it. Here, I'll read it. Let me see the parts where I'm highlighted.
No. Okay, fine. Bright spots of dark shine through with Murray's charm and charisma throughout. No matter what type of guest is on the show, Murray continues to make every guest on the show feel like a VIP.
Oh my god! This is the best review ever.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Interestingly enough, I don't know if you watch some of the show back, sometimes Cynthia wears a different outfit and sometimes wears a different thing over her head, like it's I don't know, a different episode. Or maybe it was filmed on 2 separate days.
Which it totally wasn't. It never was. Listen, I think
Just in case you were wondering if these were glasses in one of the interviews before, it might have not been. I just want to be clear that...
Hold on, is there more to this review?
How about I just get to the final...
Sure. You seem flustered. It's okay. It's okay.
Well,
It's
I'm going to
okay.
be flustered, especially with this last paragraph.
Okay.
Above all, Lifestyles After Dark is not the saving grace for treating people's cabin fever, but can be used for a good escape. And if that escape includes not being eaten or crushed by Bourne by the end of the 30 minutes.
Well,
No, whoa, no.
it is. I agree.
What?
It's
what
and
part of the? No, what part of? Would you agree with this?
I mean, I don't agree with any of the things he said about you.
Well, okay, we did receive. So be clear. Nick has confirmed that he did not write it.
Okay.
It was a former contributor who, yes, so he doesn't know how they got on. They got onto his page, posted the review, because when the network contacted him,
Okay.
he called me up because they gave him my phone number. Said, "I'm really sorry. I swear he's never seen the show before, so he has no idea what he's talking about." But this is not. He's trying to track it down. So we have Benji. He's literally on the headset with the network right now, trying to see if we can get this person to come tonight, because they do think that Nick is based out of Nashville.
Right.
So they think that if the person, probably in that proximity, will be on their way, we might be here for a couple hours. I don't really care.
So
I want to confront whoever wrote this article, because this is just not, it's not fair. I'm fine with being in the public eye. I'm fine with people reviewing me and kind of giving me criticism, but this is not about, this is like actual attacks on me. And like,
yeah.
and but then giving you high praise.
I know.
Yeah, giving you high praise for a show that you didn't even create.
I get it. I totally get it.
Do you get it?
I don't deserve
Do you get it?
any of this.
You know what? I'm not.
Praise.
No. Don't condescend me, okay? No, don't. No.
Well, here,
I'm not gonna deal with this. No, I'm not.
Listen,
I'm not.
It's
Cynthia,
totally...
I'm not gonna deal with this. You know what? If you think that you are so good at this show by yourself,
Yeah.
Do you?
Well, I'm not agreeing with you. I'm just.
out. I know. I'm done. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
Freddie.
No. This is bull. This is bullshit.
You're not Chris Farley.
No, because he's dead.
He's dead. I loved that review. I mean, it wasn't that bad.
You can cut.
We'll be back with Lifestyles After Dark after this. Welcome back to Lifestyles After Dark. My name is Cynthia Murray, and I am here tonight with the also amazing, the also talented, the also fresh, straight out of the shower. Everybody give it up for E. King. Wah, wah, wah. Listen.
I'm listening.
I have not known you very long, Elizabeth.
This is true.
That's your real name.
Yeah.
I call you Elizabeth. Everybody else calls you E. King.
It's my government name.
Or E, yeah. And I'm known for calling people by their full names. And I met you through Freddie Bourne, the co-host of Lifestyles After Dark.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, I met you before Freddie and I started dating. And
yes.
You and Freddie Bourne went on a tour in 2019.
We did.
And it was pretty life-changing for you, I think so.
Yeah, Songs About Us tour. It was my first go at doing music all together, and I had a killer time.
So, if you could, pretend as if I don't know what you do.
Okay.
You are a spoken word artist.
I am.
So explain to the audience what that is for those of them who really are ignorant on spoken word.
So, spoken word, it's like live poetry, but I do it to music. It's a little bit more spicy, I would say, than just like a poetry reading. But I pull inspiration from Ani DeFranco and Hobo Johnson, which some people aren't great about, but I really love him, and I just kind of started doing my own thing and made it work.
I like how you just sang Hobo Johnson.
Hobo Johnson. Yeah.
I think that you're very talented because you're able to put words and rhymes together so quickly, and your improv is very impressive.
Thank
You you wrote a song about both of the dogs, Dylan and Petey. Shout out to Pillin and Dee Dee.
I love those dang dogs.
Dylan and Petey.
Dee Dee and Pillin.
And yeah, you were over here singing to Dylan. What was the one? Dylan. He looks like a villain. But even though his teeth are made for killing.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, that's so awesome. I really love that. Anyways, I love you. And
I love you, Cynthia Murray.
and I think that there are not enough artists who do what you do. And
There really are not.
I'm really excited to showcase your art on this show this evening.
I'm excited to do it.
What are you going to be doing for us this evening?
So tonight I'm going to be doing an original song called Ghosts that I wrote and Freddie helped me compose. I did it on tour last year, and it's going to be a part of my eventual EP that I'm going to release, don't know when, TBD.
Yes, girl.
Yeah, I'm excited to do it.
What inspires you? I mean, I know as a writer, a lot of things inspire me, and I write about a whole bunch of things. But what really inspired you to write Ghost?
Well, I don't know. I feel as a person, I'm very... What's the word? I analyze everything. My parents say I get a lot of the things that I do from my grandma, and she likes to stare at people. And so when my parents see me staring off, they're like, oh, you're just like her. But I really like to take in the outside world and also pull from personal experiences and write. And a lot of the times when I write, it's really about silly stuff that I just pull out of my butt. But I think a lot of the stuff that I've been writing about has been from a place in my heart and things that I feel like other people could relate to. So
I love that.
thank you.
I just realized that we're both wearing flannels right now.
Spicy twinsies.
We didn't plan that at all.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had some of the best times in my life with you, and I'm very, very grateful that we're friends and that
Me
we've
too.
met. And I'm just, Elizabeth, I'm so glad that you're here.
I'm so
really
glad
am.
that I'm here.
And you're not an Indiana native.
I am not.
Yeah, so you're from Alabama, New Jersey?
Yeah, I was born in Delaware, then I grew up in Alabama, then I went back up to the Northeast and went to school in New Jersey. And that's how I met Freddie originally, and now we're both in Indiana.
My Jersey babies.
That's me.
Well, everybody, stick around, stay tuned. E. King is
Yeah.
gonna blow your all's minds,
I sure
and
hope.
I can't wait. E, I love you so much.
I love you too, Skindy.
Yes, stick around. We'll be right back with Lifestyles After Dark. Performing Ghost, E. King, with accompaniment by Frankie Dead.
When the show is over and the theater is desolate and you're the only one standing on stage, when it's off season and you're the sole body sitting on the dunes, when the store is closed and you're the last on the floor, when it's 2 a.m. and the traffic lights are changing, only for your single car traveling to God knows where. When you wake up in bed to be greeted by nothing but the sounds of your own breathing, there are moments in life when you feel like the only one inhabiting what's left on earth. No one is there to comfort the uncertainty, the loneliness, the anxiety, the fear of it all. But there is a moment in the air where someone once stood where you stand, once sat where you sit, once idled where you idle. And you wish you could go back and ask said someone or something if they felt what you felt in that moment that has become now. But you can't. Because the past does not move forward. And the lives that the sidewalks and valleys and oceans and cities have all experienced, they're all ghosts now. they're gone. They're all ghosts now. They're gone. Thanks, Frankie.
And we are back with Lifestyles After Dark, and I am sitting here with the oh so talented Bailey Yeakle. What up, Bailey?
What up?
How you doing, baby?
I'm doing great.
Okay, so I love that, by the way. I'm doing great. I have to say, I'm very excited that we were finally able to make this happen and that you're here on the show. Freddie and I met you, it was about a month and a half ago, I'm guessing.
Give or take.
Yeah, and you said, hey, were you on Any Road with Brick Briscoe? And I was like, yeah, I was. And you said, well, I was on the same episode with you.
Yes.
And I got to thinking, and I was like, well, yeah, we were. Shout out to Brick Briscoe.
Thanks, Brick.
He's a pretty amazing cat. I mean, he focuses on a lot of up-and-coming musicians in the area. But what I do notice about Brick is that if he doesn't have that respect for you, he's not going to take the time on you. And if he took the time on you, then you're definitely somebody that deserves attention. So I'm really excited that you're here.
Yeah.
And you're a musician. I think we should first and foremost state that. And also pretty groovy individual because you're here.
Thank you.
So what do you say is the type of music that you enjoy playing and that you enjoy producing?
Playing. I mean, I've always, I want to play jazz and I want to play this crazy type of music, but every time I try to write music, it's always really soft and not crazy.
It just comes out different than what like you hear it in your brain.
But that's what comes out and I like it. And I've always played that type of music, but I think I'm in like an experimental stage right now where I'm trying to, not even trying to, I'm just like, I've worked with a lot of rap artists and like R&B, so I've like made beats and stuff.
Yeah.
And played with synthesizers and whatnot.
So do you do your own production?
Yeah, all of it.
Awesome.
Sure.
What program do you use whenever it comes to production?
Logic.
Okay. So you're not playing around. Because Logic is that's up there as far as programs to be produced. I just recently became a sound engineer, but I'm not quite into production yet. So I'm always just enamored with people that are able to do not only their own production, but feel comfortable enough putting it out there because I'm not quite there yet. So how long have you been playing music?
Been playing music for like 12 or 13 years.
If you don't mind me asking, because I ask everybody this, how old are you?
21.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. So you've been playing music over half your life. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really think about it, but when you put it that way, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's incredible. So, like, as far as music goes, who are the artists that you look up to the most, or who are the artists that influence you to continue to write and continue to produce?
Bon Iver.
Okay, all right.
So Justin Vernon.
That's a good. Those are good starts. Yeah.
And then I always say Kanye West. Obviously, I don't make like hip hop and rap. I mean, I do, and I make beats and stuff, and I appreciate it, and I like listen to that. Honestly, most.
But a lot of his production is really influential. I mean, there's
sure.
a lot of the things that he's done. There's a lot of hip hop artists that really haven't been able to touch a lot of the production that he's done. So I really understand.
It's something I can't really explain. Just like his whole vibe and like just him as a whole individual. Like listening to him talk and just listening to his music. It's just like it inspires me to be able to do anything that I want.
I love that.
Somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he does it for me.
That's dope, man. I like that a lot. Like, so you play guitar as well. And I've only been playing guitar for a couple of years, and for me, it really changed the direction of my writing and everything. And I'll be 34 in January, and I was like, I'm too old to pick up this. And it really taught me that you can teach an old dog new tricks as far as playing guitar and, you know, as far as sound engineering and things like that. And I love that you love Bon Iver as well. Like,
Yeah.
that really, I'm like, oh, okay, I get it now.
He's the only person I've seen live, like in concert. I haven't been
Really?
to a lot of concerts, but I like made sure I definitely saw him live. I've seen him only twice, but yeah, that's the only person I've ever seen.
That's incredible, man.
And
Yeah. You
but
seem
a lot of people don't. It's like Justin Vernon is like the guy who gets all the credit for all of it, but especially this last album, there's like up to like 20 people working on these songs.
Yeah.
So like the whole collaborative aspect of it, and like how many people are in the community of working, like making this sound, is also pretty special and important too.
I think it's important to know too that, like, no matter what genre, or, and to me nowadays it's not even worth focusing on like, oh, what genre does my music fall into, because it's kind of a waste of time to even think of that. You just need to be you, be yourself, and that'll speak volumes. But to know that if you are being yourself and you are doing what's true to you, that community will follow.
Right.
And I think that it's really inspirational and really important for every musician and artist to remember that. Like, start trying to be somebody else.
Right.
So I like that you have that mindset of like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing, but I like that I'm going to continue doing this. And even though my brain is doing this, whatever's coming out is something different. I think that that's beautiful, you know?
And a lot of artists my age, like, a big part of it is just maybe not even knowing what is doing you, and it's all experimental, and like the process of making the art is finding themselves and like who they actually want to be through like trying to better themselves as a musician. But like if they like go back and see what they're making, like content wise, they can like see from a third person perspective, like, oh, this is who I am, like this is who I want to be.
Yeah.
Like lyric wise or whatever.
I think it's important to remember too that you're going to continuously, you know, keep growing. Your voice is going to change, your music is going to change, your art's going to change, your lyrics are going to change. And that's just the part of growing as an artist. And what are you going to be playing tonight for us?
I had 2 different songs.
Tell me about both of them.
The first one was I Now See Clouds. So I've got a 6-song
Oh yeah, we love burps, baby.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I heard you had a fart contest earlier.
We did.
I guess we're gonna have a burp contest now.
Dude, the fart contest next season. You just wait.
It's gonna be a whole episode.
It's
on
gonna
its
happen.
Own.
All the udon
Smell
noodles.
it through the camera, like.
Masks required.
For sure. But no, I've got a 6-song EP, or album, I guess, coming out, but it's really a short film, because I'm gonna release it separately, but it's all like one project where I've already recorded everything, a whole film for the 6 songs. It's basically a music video for the whole album.
Awesome.
But I Now See Clouds is the first song, and it's one of the older songs. Like, I've released a bunch of music since then, but I've just held on to this one. I just got out of high school, and I moved out by myself. Well, I was with my partner at the time, but like, it was just on my own. It just kind of came out. I kind of realized the meanings of my songs after I write them. They kind of just explain my life period at that time. And I'll look back and like, wow, I didn't even know what the song meant, but
yeah,
you know, now I do. And then the second one is On This Road, Alone I Know. I usually start out with guitar parts or piano parts, and then I'll build a melody and lyrics over that. But this one was at a certain personal point in my life where I just like sang it and recorded it on my phone while I was driving in the car. super late at night, and then I built the song around the melody, so that was like different. But all my lyrics, like, I don't really explain my songs because every song has its own personal meaning to everybody, and that's how I want it to be. But these are like super personal to my own life, but that's not why I do music, and that's not why I do it anyway. It's just all I have to talk about. So
You leave everybody up to their own interpretation of what those songs mean. Which, I mean, I write like that too, where, you know, like, people ask me, like, well, what's this song about? And I'll tell them, like, usually I'll explain each song on the mic, like, what's the song about, or, like, what I was going through during that song. But even if I didn't, they would create their own interpretation behind it anyways. And I think that whatever situation people are going through in their own lives, they're going to be creating their own interpretation, which makes it that much more beautiful.
right.
So I think that your process is very influential. I like that. Yeah, man. You're doing it. And so you're going to be performing tonight on This Road Alone, I Know,
Yes.
for us.
Yes.
I'm so excited. Yes. Bailey, thank you for being here.
Thank
I'm
you
so
for
glad we
having
can
me, for sure.
make this happen.
Yeah,
and
it was so circumstantial.
yeah, man. I mean, to me, you seem like an old soul. I can't even believe you're only 21. Like, it just blows my mind. And I hope you keep at it. And I'm really excited to hear what you're going to do for us tonight. So stick around. Lifestyles After Dark. Bailey Yeakle is going to be playing for us a little bit later. And now performing On This Road Alone I Know, ladies and gentlemen, Bailey Yeakle.
And on this road alone I know, feeling fast, going slow. See the red, feeling green. Been so long since I've seen. On this road alone I know. All this time I've been with you. You bought my clothes, you bought my shoes. Now I know where I have been alone with my friends. Stick to you, I'll stick to me. little man was asking, how does it all end? Where do we go?
Well, everybody, welcome back to the Snorlock Show, where we talk about everything that's overweight and blah, 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 blah.
Welcome back to Lifestyles After Dark.
Yeah.
Freddie's back. And,
Oh, you honestly could not miss me. It would be very difficult to not see me in sight.
Babe, you look great.
Yeah, well, that's
you
what
can't
you're
listen
saying.
to what this guy says.
Well, it was more or less of how you react.
Oh. Well,
That's fine.
I'm sorry I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, no, I know. It's listen.
I'm
I think
so sorry.
I think you do a great job. Okay, all right.
Well, you do a great job, too.
Well, not according to this, but thankfully, I don't know how thankful this is. So Benji just got off the phone.
Oh, off the horn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, off the phone. Yeah, we're still in the 50s, I guess. Yeah. With the network said, found them, let them know they're en route. They're apparently close by. And so I think the last time Benji, I think it was, I think he said it was 15 minutes out. So that was about, close to, I think about
15 minutes ago.
No, about 10 minutes ago.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I'm trying to keep my composure.
I think that you should, you should definitely breathe.
Yeah.
And not beat the hell out of this person.
Yeah.
Because I can see it in your eyes.
I'm not a violent person.
There's a fight in your belly.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a fat way at all. At all. I know, I just made it worse. I made the anger worse.
Oh, no.
Okay, so reel it in.
Hold on. No, Benji's getting he's like signaling. He's here now. Is it a he or a she? They say, okay, beard. But they're here.
Okay. Alright. Good luck, babe.
Yeah.
Hey, keep your cool.
I don't know about that.
Keep calm. Oh, no, he's
Oh, I probably should get some pizza for the fucking road, you know what I'm saying? Because, I'm fucking...
Carve it up.
Oh, fucking carve it up. Yeah. Oh, fucking... Right over there.
Oh! Fucking showing your face here.
You already know.
Oh, do I already know?
You already know
I
how
don't
bad
know
you are.
goddamn
You
shit.
know.
Let's see who you really are.
Jordan Miller? How did you do this to me? I'm sorry.
You broke up my band.
Jordan, I never meant to hurt you. I love you. I love you.
What the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, I'm happy. I thought that was a pretty good episode. We've been having some good fun. I feel like all the things that, we've done this past season, we've filled up some logic holes and, pretty successful television, I think. Just, pretty straightforward. I mean, no cliffhangers, no questions, pretty... I think we had some good writers on the show for that. It was great.
You feel better now?
I feel great, yeah. I feel awesome.
Yeah.
Really successful show and, feel awesome.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel...
We had a live vocal band,
Yeah.
silent vocal band, a virtual studio audience, and...
So awesome.
Now, I do want to know, though, I feel very strongly that the show is going to make it. Now, Benji he's been on the headset the entire time. Network is kind of going back and forth, not really giving him much answers, though. They've kind of just giving him a little bit. So, Benji, if he's able to, just looking over at him right now, he's getting some call. He's not.
I'm really glad that you pronounced your love for Jordan Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that.
Yay or nay on the next season? Benji,